Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Finale Guitar Shop in Sheffield. My name is Nye. You may remember me from such previous videos as all of the other Folk Friend videos. If you haven't seen those before, go and check them out. You can find them on folkfriend.co.uk or linked in a little card up in the corner. There's absolutely loads of stuff for DADGAD and standard tuning, backing and fingerstyle guitarists on there for free. In today's video I am going to be showing you how to play an arrangement that I wrote a little while back of a polka called Ger The Rigger. It's written in the key of A Ionian, A major, and it's very easy to play in DADGAD. What you do is you get your capo and you put it on the 7th fret, and that way you can use nice easy chord shapes and get these really nice ringing, trebly, ephemeral sounding A major chords. Those kinds of things. I've made this available as a free tab, so if you would like to learn it, go and get your free tab. That's in the little card in the corner now. It's also linked in the description box. If you are scrolling down to have a look at the description box as well, do hit the like button while you're there. That's the little thumbs up. It really helps my channel out if you do that, so please do it. Check out the subscribe button as well. If you click that, you'll get a free tutorial from me every Saturday. You'll get a little notification on your YouTube homepage when I post new videos. So, with this tutorial, what I'm going to do is I'm going to assume that you're following along with the tab, and I'm just going to show you the main kind of shapes that you need to get your hand into in order to make that tab possible. The first really important thing you need to know is your plucking hand position. Your wrist kind of comes up like that somewhere. Try and avoid putting your wrist on the top of your guitar, because there's two reasons for that. Number one is it's not really very good for your hand. It can lead to carpal tunnel and things like that down the line if you practice that way for long periods of time. And the other thing is, of course, if your hand is resting on the top of the guitar, then it can't resonate properly, so the sound won't be quite as nice. You can see there it's slightly muffled. So yeah, try and avoid resting the heel of your hand on the guitar if you can help it. Although I will say a lot of great Irish fingerstyle players who play fast do it because it makes their lives easier. So as we get into the arrangement, your right hand is going to want the thumb always to do the bottom two strings, and then you line up your four other fingers so they've got one string each. So it's little finger on the D string right down there, then ring finger on the A string, middle finger on the G string, and index finger on that middle D string there. If there's a note on one of the bottom two strings, then your thumb is always going to do that. So the first bar is based around this shape with just the index finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. And I'm going to refer to all of the frets and notes as if we didn't have the capo on. So I would call that an A note because it's what would be down there if we didn't have the capo. So this is a D chord with the index finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and we're going to start out by going like that, and then we're going to add the ring finger on the 4th fret of the bottom string, and we're also going to add the little finger on the 4th fret of the G string, and then we go. And when we get to that point, we take the fingers off the G string, and the little finger is going to move down to the D string next door, like that. So. Next we move up to this kind of G major shape where the G is being fretted by the ring finger on the 5th fret of the bottom string, actually the 12th fret in the real world, and the middle finger is going to go on the 4th fret above the capo of the D string, so like that. And then we hammer on with the little finger, and then we do the string above, like that. Then it's your ring finger of the right hand plucking the A string, the high A string. And then you're going to take your middle finger off, you're going to move that middle finger to the A string, up the top there. And then you're going to put your index finger next door to that on the G string. So you've got two fingers there, both on the 4th fret. And that enables you to go like that. So all together. And finally, you're going to go to this shape, which is a kind of an A chord, with your index finger on the 2nd fret of the middle D string, and you're going to go, and then add your ring finger on the 4th fret of the G string, then move that ring finger down so it's now on the D string, like that. So like that. And then you repeat the first little bit that you did, so up to there. And the final little section of the A part goes to this G chord like this, with your ring finger on the 5th fret of the bottom string, your little finger on the 5th fret of the middle D string, and your 2nd or middle finger on the 4th fret of the G string, and you go. Then you take the middle finger off, take the ring finger off, slide the little finger down 1 fret, and put the index finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. Finally, your thumb is going to play the A string as your bass note, and then with that you're going to use a little pull off to do 2-0 with the index finger on the middle D string, and then a hammer on to do 2-4. So, and finally just the 2 low D strings together. So all together for the A part, that gives you something like that. On to the B part. The B part begins with the first inversion of a D chord. So you take your basic D chord that we had before, just with the index finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and then you add your ring finger on the 4th fret of the bottom string. And what that does is it puts an F sharp, which is the major third of a D chord, at the lowest pitch in the chord. So we call that the first inversion of a D, or D over F sharp. With that shape held down, then you're going to go like that. So you start out playing a little trill, which is you pluck your thumb and then each of your other fingers in turn, but you can kind of practice getting that nice and smooth, so like that. And then you're going to do the A string, and then add your little finger on the 4th fret of the G string and do, then add that little finger to the D string instead. So that little finger's jumping from the G string to the D string at that point. Like that. Next, it's going to be the same little hammer on to a G that we did in the A part. So that little phrase is entirely lifted from the A part. Next, we're going to go to a kind of B minor 7 sort of chord. Index finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and it goes. Then you're going to put your little finger and your ring finger on the 4th frets of the G and D strings respectively and go like that. So all together that gives you something like that. Next, the ring finger moves down to the bottom string, 4th fret. The index finger moves to the 2nd fret of the G string, and you go like that. And then you add your little finger on the 4th fret of the G string. And then at this point you're going to do a kind of little 2 pull-offs in a row manoeuvre. So you're still holding down your bass note at the bottom, but your little finger moves to the 4th fret of the middle D string, and you're going to pull that off, leaving the index finger on the 2nd, and then pull that index finger off as well. And as you pull that index finger, kind of push it downwards like that, so that it just twangs the string as it leaves. So all together that gives you like that. And then we've got the exact same ending phrase as we had in the A part. Like that. That then repeats, and that is the whole piece. So that's about it for this video. I really hope you've enjoyed learning my arrangement of Ger The Rigger. If you'd like to find lots more similar arrangements that are fairly easy to play in DADGAD, then go and check out my ebook or paperback, which are linked in the corner, the DADGAD Fingerstyle Collection Volume 1 from Folkfriend. You can also find them on folkfriend.co.uk/shop, along with all my other books and various other products as well. Amazing mode wheels, Folkfriend t-shirts, loads of good stuff. Go and check it out. Hit the subscribe button, hit the little like if you haven't done so already, and then I will see you for lots more Celtic guitar tutorials very, very soon. Thanks for tuning in.